Good morning, Kelowna. Or should I say, good morning, British Columbia. We're very well represented from across the province this morning. My name is Bud Mortensen. I'm the Director of University Relations at UBC Okanagan, and I welcome you to the 9th Annual Valley First UBC Okanagan Athletics Scholarship Breakfast. Thank you very much for being here. This morning, we're going to start with a lively video that takes a look at the past season for our UBC Okanagan Heat teams. So let's go straight to the video. Happy student athletes. So if you haven't been to games or you can't make it to all the games, we wanted you to see our athletes in action, and they are very happy on the fields, on the courts, on the trails. I want to thank Valley First for their title sponsorship for this event. We'll be hearing more from the Assistant Vice President of Valley First, Angela Brown, later in the program. But I wanted to tell you that this event definitely receives tremendous support from the community. This is a sellout audience this morning, and thank you very much for that. This year, we've raised more than $25,000 towards athletic scholarships. With UBC matching those funds, that takes the total this year to $50,000. And since we began this 9 years ago, we've raised $450,000 towards student scholarships. Thank you. So before we begin the main part of the program, I'd like to acknowledge some of the special guests who have joined us this morning. We have Ron Cannon, our Member of Parliament for Kelowna Lake Country. Ron is right there. And Gail Given, councillor with the City of Kelowna. And from the University of British Columbia, we have Sarah Morgan Sylvester, our Chancellor. And Professor Stephen Toop, our President and Vice Chancellor. And I should note, we're especially pleased to welcome our Chancellor and President this morning. They're both approaching the end of their official UBC roles, and this will be their final athletic scholarship breakfast in the Okanagan. And we're tremendously grateful for the support that they've given to this event and to athletes and scholars at the university. So thank you very much to both of you. I'd like to recognize Dr. Deborah Buzzard, our Deputy Vice Chancellor and Principal of the Okanagan campus. And it's also my pleasure to welcome John Montalbano, Chair of UBC's Board of Governors, and several board members. We actually have a large representation of current and past board members. And I'll just ask the board members to rise to be recognized as a group. Thank you. This morning we'll begin with the singing of our national anthem, followed by remarks, delicious breakfast, and an engaging conversation with Pat Kennedy and Pierre Lafontaine, the CEO of Canadian Inter-University Sport. I'd like to introduce student Emily Gore Hickman, who will lead us in the singing of O Canada. Please rise.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons' command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you, Emily. Please be seated. I'll now invite to the podium Angela Brown, Assistant Vice President, Marketing Engagement and Community Investment from Valley First, to make remarks and to introduce this morning's student speaker.
Thank you, Bud. And thank you, Emily. You sounded fantastic. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to be here this morning once again to speak on behalf of Valley First. And it's an even greater pleasure, indeed an honor, for Valley First to be the title sponsor of the UBCO Athletic Breakfast. Valley First is an incredibly strong supporter of education. We've awarded close to $400,000 in education awards over the last 13 years, and our sponsorship of this event is now in its 9th year. While it might not be immediately obvious why a financial institution would pledge such strong ongoing support to education or an athletics program, the reasons are quite simple. By supporting our young students and athletes, we are investing in our future leaders. By supporting our education providers, we are investing in large, stable employers. And by attracting top talent to the Okanagan, we are investing in the vitality and strength of this incredible region of British Columbia. When you look around this room, you can, like many of the investments we make every day, see that our support is paying real dividends. UBC Okanagan shares many similarities with Valley First. We're both part of something bigger. We both continue to grow, and we are both key parts of this community. Valley First also shares many similarities with these young athletes. As an organization, we've established a simple catch cry that we can all rally behind, and that is our time to lead. We all know it's easy to play it safe. It's significantly harder to challenge yourself every day to show true leadership. To really stand out from the pack, we must have the courage to commit and strive for something bigger or something better. Whether it's developing market-leading products for a local credit union or running line sprints even when your legs are already screaming for you to stop, it takes a lot of confidence and a lot of heart to keep pushing yourself ahead. And where do we find these people who are willing to keep pushing, willing to start something new, the leaders of tomorrow, the next generation of innovators? In the locker rooms, on the courts, on the sports fields, and in the classes of UBC Okanagan. It's widely accepted that many valuable leadership lessons and teamwork lessons are learned through sporting disciplines, and that these lessons are often easily transferred into the workplace. So not only is our support of the athletic programs an investment in the student athletes and the university, it's also an investment in our future. One of the great benefits of being the title sponsor of this morning's breakfast is that I get to introduce our student speaker. And I'm truly excited to have you meet this outstanding UBC Okanagan Heat athlete. Our student speaker this morning has been a leader on the women's volleyball team. Her honors include BCAA Rookie of the Year, team captain for 3 consecutive seasons, a CCAA National Scholar Award, and 2 academic All-Canadian honors. She will graduate this year with a Bachelor of Arts in English. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Jillian Festival.
Hello, my name is Jillian Festival, a 5th-year graduating member of the UBCO women's volleyball team and a return on your investment. I would like to take this time to thank each and every one of you for investing in my future, the future of my teammates, and the entire athletics program here at UBCO. Whether it be by financial donations, volunteer hours, or community support, you have all impacted our athletics program. Without your support, our athletics program would simply not exist in its current form. You are all here today because you believe in the same thing: the value of competing as a varsity student athlete and the return that we will make as active members of the community once we graduate. I am here to share a part of my story and how your support has made my experience here at UBCO so special. I would like to talk about 3 lessons that I have learned as a student athlete: leadership, teamwork, and failure. Leadership. For 3 years, I was one of the team's co-captains. Leadership for me is about helping others reach their full potential. People watch what you do and not what you say. You have to set an example, and I have often struggled with the dual role of being both a friend and captain on the team. It takes courage to be a leader. It can be lonely at times. The most difficult and rewarding relationship I have had to deal with was with my younger sister playing on the team for the past 2 years. Now I can appreciate at least some of what my parents went through. Teamwork. Volleyball is a sport that can be a magical combination of strength and finesse when all the parts are meshing and working together. And as Coach Steve can attest, it can be an ugly mess when the magic disappears. Our volleyball team, just like the businesses and organizations that each of you belong to, must have a common goal and players that embrace and understand their role. When I sat on the bench because I was injured or not playing well, it hurt me knowing that I could not directly contribute to what was happening on the court. But even then, I had a role to play, and I had to learn that it was not just about me, it was about the team. Failure. If you play sports, you have to deal with failure. As a team, we experienced both tremendous success and failure. In my first year at UBCO, we won a CCAA national championship. Then, the very next year, with an even better team, we lost in the semifinals at nationals after being up 2-0. I have learned to accept the highs and lows with the same grace and modesty because many times life is not fair and the breaks don't always go your way. I have talked about leadership, teamwork, and failure. In my 5 years as a student athlete at UBCO, I have just begun the process of learning these valuable life lessons. Moving forward from these past 5 years, I hope to contribute back to the community that has supported me and the athletics program that I have been so lucky to be a part of. Your continued support is vital to maintaining the success of our athletics program. With both of our basketball and volleyball teams competing in CIS and adding our soccer teams this upcoming year, we are putting UBCO on the map as one of the most competitive varsity programs across Canada. Once again, Thank you for believing in what we accomplish with our athletics program here at UBCO, and I would like to personally thank you for investing in me.
Our thanks to Angela Brown and to Jillian Festival. Wonderful, thank you very much. We have some great door prizes to give away, including Heat apparel, dinner for two, and rounds of golf. So please use the entry forms that are on your tables. And a reminder that the draw is for guests only, so UBC staff and students aren't eligible. So this time, I will ask the Capri Hotel staff to begin serving breakfast. Now, I was told that I had a choice. I could either help make breakfast or I could tell you about breakfast. So I'm going to tell you about breakfast. Our meal this morning was actually designed by Dr. Sally Willis-Stewart, an instructor in health and exercise sciences and an expert in nutrition. We thought if we're going to serve you breakfast, we should serve you a breakfast that is appropriate for our athletes. And so we've called it a breakfast for champions. It's the most important meal of the day. We all know that. It's fuel for the brain and the muscles to function optimally. Athletes have special dietary needs, but first and foremost is ensuring proper nutrition for overall health. If athletes aren't healthy, they cannot train optimally or compete. So the majority of the food that they eat needs to be food in its most natural state. So this morning we're enjoying yogurt, fruit, nuts, seeds, eggs, whole grains, lean meats, and vegetables. Athletes from different sports have differing energy and nutrient requirements, and they require certain amounts at certain times before, during, and after training. But no matter what type of athlete they are, they need carbohydrates for the energy to train hard. This comes from the healthy muffin and nuts and seeds and grains that you'll see on your plate. And they need protein to help build and repair muscles and all of that chemical reaction taking place in the body. So protein is provided by the yogurt, nuts, seeds, lean meats, and eggs in today's breakfast. Athletes also need healthy fats to supply the energy for all their training and the vitamins and nutrients that they need to keep brains and hearts happy. So that all the food on your plate, except the fruits and veggies, supply these healthy fats. We could go into lots more detail, but as I mentioned, the needs can be very specific for each sport and each athlete. But hopefully this will be an example of what an athlete packs into their sports equipment for the day, their breakfast. So enjoy, and we'll be back with the rest of the program following our meal. Thank you.